This is A Touch of Health TV. Today we are discussing on the importance of sleep. Sleep, as we all know, is just simply put going to sleep on your bed, covering yourself, saying your night prayer if you're a Christian or Muslim, doesn't matter where you come from, and then you put your head on a pillow. The next time you wake up will be probably some hours later, and you would be wondering whether you slept during the day or night. Then the day's activity kicks in. The importance of sleep is enormous, even though we think sleep is a routine. Sleep is not merely a routine. Sleep is the body's way of rebooting itself and then recovering from all of the stresses that may have been shot at it throughout the day. If you walked too much, if you carried heavy stuff, if you thought about a lot of things, it's a shutdown time for the brain, for the muscles, and some other organs, except the heart and the lungs though. Those ones never shut down, because when your heart and your lungs shut down, it means that you're gone and you're not considered as part of the living. So sleep is a period for the brain to shut down, not move, not think, and then to sleep and go into what we call hibernation. The muscles also rest, they become relaxed, they become invigorated for the next session of movement in the coming day. The times of sleep is non-specific, and then it's dependent on whether you are old, young, or in between. For younger people or for younger children or babies, realize that most of the time their sleep durations are shorter but frequent during the day and very long at night. That is why when a baby is born, the parents are made to readjust from the baby not sleeping at night to a period where the baby learns to sleep at night, for the parents to also have some sort of rest much more down the line, probably after 3 or 4 months of the baby's arrival on planet Earth with a family. Now for children, most of the time they require sleep at night so that they can function and be awake during the day. I go to school or play around or learn all sorts of things that children do these days. Now for adults, sleep time and duration is non-specific. It's dependent on you, the adult. Let's say, for instance, for people who do shift system of work in their outfits, you have to, like nurses, do night shift, afternoon shift, morning shift. If you have a morning shift, it means that you should have a good night's sleep. If you have a night shift, it means that you should sleep during the day. So not necessarily morning sleep, but you can sleep during the day and then have to be awake for a night shift. So for adults, sleep is not categorically fixed to the routine that children usually have to do at night, but for adults, it is dependent on the kind of job or the profession that you do. The duration of sleep also is fixed according to the books, but in real life, it is not applicable in some instances. For instance, with the situation with the nurses, sometimes you may be sleeping in your house comfortably at night. You get a call, there's an emergency. You need to cut in between your sleep to go to work, or doctors or lab technician or any other person that works in a health facility or probably in the security settings. Those ones, because you cannot actually predict the turnout of events in these facilities, your sleep may sometimes be altered. But normal hours of sleep, that is to allow the body rest and allow the person function optimally in the next day, is between 7 to 8 hours for an adult. And then for children, they could go beyond 8 hours to have a peaceful or a good rest. Usually when you don't have a good rest, i.e. you sleep short of the 8 or 7 hours, you would realize that when you wake up, you are not yourself. Your strength is decreased. You would need some time to get used to the fact that your body did not rest enough and then it has abruptly been woken up. So for one to have a good sleep, there are a few factors. Example, the environment in which you are sleeping in. It should be quiet. There should be little to no noise at all. It should be airy. The room should be airy. If you have windows, it should be opened. If you have a fan, but precaution with fans. People have nasal congestions when they sleep with fans. So depending on who you are, if you are comfortable sleeping with a fan on at minimal rotatory thresholds, it's good. Otherwise, if you have a window, good old fresh air is always a good requirement to sleep. Also, if you haven't eaten well, if you are not satisfied, it also affects the way you have to rest, because your body is craving glucose, food, to survive, and you are sleeping on an empty stomach. So you realize that people who sleep on an empty stomach usually do not get a good night's sleep. So these are the few things that you need: a good bed linen, clean, wash it as frequently as possible to take away all the dirt and all the other things that come on the bed as we lie on it. And I'm confident that we'll have a good night's sleep. Again, if you don't have a good night's sleep, mostly you get a headache when you wake up, you become jittery, you become easily angered or easily irritable. For people who have high blood pressure, your BP might go up when it is recorded in the morning if you had a poor sleep. And so sometimes, or for most people who have hypertension, they would identify with this. When you check your BP and it's high, you'll be asked, did you sleep well? And so yeah, sleep is also very, very key. It means that your body is not rested, and so your body is still in tension, and that's your blood pressure rising high. We hope that we have been able to go through a few pointers that will help all of us readjust and adapt so that we would live an optimally healthy lifestyle. This is A Touch of Health TV. Follow us on our various media handles: Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is very, very important to us and for the survival of this channel and the continuity of these programs and presentations that you like and subscribe. Thank you.